Welcome, everyone, to another edition of Hashtag Heels for Life. I am your host, Mr. Team Bringing. My co-host, Mr. C-Dog. Always a pleasure to have you on here, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. You know, I love being here. I live for these moments.
Yes, me, you both. That's why we do this every Thursday night. You can catch us on Thursday nights, 9 o'clock, because of my schedule, 8 o'clock Central Time, 9 o'clock Eastern, until I go back to my regular schedule, but we'll talk about that another day. And then this week we have a special guest, a returning guest, Mr. Rockin' Reese. How you doing, sir? Welcome back.
Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up, Chris? What's up, C-Dog?
Hey, what's going on, man? Great to have you here once again. This week we're going to be, we got some stuff we got to talk about this week. And for everyone that is watching, if you want to join us, you can not only join us on a podcast, but you also can follow us on Facebook.com under my name, Mr. Chris Dilworth. You can follow Mr. C-Dog Collins. You can follow Mr. Rockin' Reese, Maurice Borges. You can follow him as well under Rockin' Reese. Also, you can find us on Instagram at hashtag Hills for Life Wrestling Podcast on Instagram.com. And also, you can subscribe to our YouTube page, which is hashtag Hills for Life Wrestling Podcast on YouTube.com. So tonight, everyone, we are going to talk about AEW.
AEW.
Yes, AEW had its this ticket announcement this evening on Thursday 7, 2019 at Las Vegas on poolside by the EMG Grand. Wow, it was interesting, but to be really honest with you, it was really no big surprises. We kind of knew that the people that they were going to be announcing wasn't really a big shocker. We pretty much knew what was going to happen. Now, I'm not talking from a Mark perspective, but it was we kind of knew where Kenny Omega and like the partnerships, you know, like we already knew about Oriental Wrestling. We already knew that they was going to be partnering with AEW. Also, we found out this evening that a luchador company, AAA, if I'm not mistaken, is that correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Yes, they also will be partnering with AEW as well. We got some female competitors. I forgot their names already. I know they're they're heavy in the indie scene. They also will be part of AEW. Also, we got a couple of wrestlers from Ring of Honor. They basically, you know, announced that they was going to be part of AEW as well. Let me see. Kenny Omega, that wasn't really a big surprise. He came out there. He pretty much made it official that he was part of AEW. But then when he came out, he, made this announcement. Chris Jericho came out and does what he does best, interrupts you, and then he talks about you and beats the shit out of you. However, this time, Kenny Omega, Chris Jericho had a standoff, and it went into a big brawl. The pre-sale tickets is not going on sale not tonight, but you can also sign up. You can sign up now all the way to, I believe, Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. All you have to do literally is to go to allelitewrestling.com. And you will have until Sunday to sign up. The tickets goes on sale. The pre-tickets goes on sale Monday. I believe that I got to get the information for you guys. I think it goes on sale. Let me look. I was just actually on the site not too long ago. Okay, so the pre-sales tickets, the sign-ups are they close on February 10th at 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, and 10 o'clock Eastern Time. The pre-sale codes will be sent out, which will be February 11th, starting at 9 o'clock a.m. Pacific Time and 12 o'clock Eastern. So you might want to go ahead and you might want to sign up now, because when me and Julian and I think he'll try to sign up, if I'm not mistaken. We all tried to do it, because we're all admins of WCC, Wrestling Commentary Central on Facebook, if you want to sign up, a little cheap pop. We all tried to sign up. We did get in, but barely. The site crashed while we were trying to sign up, and we was able to, sign up or whatever, so we're going to get our codes, and we're going to see if we can get some good seats on the pre-sale. But, yeah, everyone, you don't really have a lot of time, because a lot of fans are actually at the site right now, and you might want to go on there before it gets too late, because I'm anticipating those tickets are going to sell very fast. So, yes, go ahead and get your tickets now. And also, the tickets that sells out to the public is going to go on sale that Wednesday, I believe, 12 o'clock Central Time, I believe. I'm not too sure, but I know it's around that time. I think it's like 12 o'clock Central, 1 o'clock Eastern Time, I believe. But make sure you get your tickets. If you are attending All Elite Wrestling, AEW, if you are going to go, you need to get your tickets now. They will sell out very fast.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, let's talk about AEW. I mean, did you guys any surprises, any shockers to you guys, of who all joined AEW, and then too, we're going to get into some backstage reports as well about the AEW. But let's start with Reese. Are you surprised by any of these announcements, quote unquote?
Yeah, not so much of who showed up, but it's just like with the Kenny Omega thing. I was actually expecting that, and I was expecting them to pop that one maybe at the top of Double or Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't expect. Although, I don't have any problem with it now, just to be real, especially after he and Jericho went at it again. So,
mm-hmm.
I definitely don't have that one. Lucha Brothers, yeah, I was surprised that them and the Bucks got into it, but it was especially when especially with Pentagon nailing I think it was Matt with the pile driver.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so I gotta admit there was a couple of things that kind of surprised me with that one, and it was just as far as everything else. Yeah, because I almost knew, when Hangman came out, I knew Pac was going to interrupt him at some point.
Mm-hmm. For those
of course,
when
SC, yeah.
I'll just put a little side note for those that do not know Pac. Pac is actually Neville from, formerly known as Neville from the WWE. So just want to put that out there. Go ahead, man.
Okay.
Go ahead, bro.
Good. And then, and then of course, SCU coming out and challenging. SCU coming out was oh man, we already put matches together. So I was hey, I'm already liking what's going on so far. So I'm just with AEW, you give a little now, and then you just let the rest fall into place. And I'm so far, I think they're doing pretty much everything right.
Yeah.
Matt?
I mean, I basically agree with the same thing Reese said. Now, I didn't know about the other Japanese company that was partnered with AEW. I didn't know about that. I didn't know about that company. So I had told Chris I was going to do some more information. Honestly, to see these different talents that are signing with AEW that, you know, some people know and some don't know. You know, I'm in the group of people that I don't really know as far as like the Japanese wrestlers. But I know who Chris Daniels is. And, you know, I know who Pac, a.k.a. Neville, is. But, I mean, it's where that, you know, we're still in that stage of, you know, we're still kind of building up to see what they have to offer. With the conversation I had with some people in the WCC group, you know, with one who basically is trying to be a troll to basically stir the pot, and then the other person basically backing him up, pretty much like President 45 and the peanut gallery of idiots that applauded everything that came out of his mouth, even though none of it made sense. I mean, it's where that, here again, it's where that people just don't understand that Cody Rhodes has already stated that he's not looking to be competition. He's looking to be another avenue for the fans. They're looking for AEW to be another avenue for wrestlers that can't make, I guess you can say can't make it to WWE, or it's where that they're not really getting where they think they thought they would arrive, per se, you know. And it's where that's really what makes sense, is that they're basically being another place for wrestlers to showcase their talent that aren't currently making it to WWE, or if like they're being turned away from WWE because they don't fit the look that WWE is looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And it's where that, for some strange reason, you just have these fans that automatically want to jump or switch their brains to the whole Monday Night War thing, and it's like we're not even at that point yet. And then they want to sit here and be like, oh, well, they don't even have a TV deal yet. Okay, no offense, but did WWE have WWF at the time, did they just automatically have their TV deal set in stone when everything went down? We don't know, because it's where it was before our time, but by the time we were born and by the time we became old enough to even watch wrestling, they were already on TV. They already had a fan base set, and they basically just kept growing from there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they had already talked to a CEO, president of from WWE, and his name, co-president George Burroughs, and basically some of the stuff he was saying is that, you know, it's too early to tell, and as he put it, they're not really worried about it, right? They're not really worried about AEW right now. Which, suffice it to say, he could have been blowing smoke up people's ass. He could have been. We don't really know. But it's where that.
That's a strong possibility. And then too, I'm gonna just tell fans this too. Okay, I'm just a fan, just like each and every one of you. Everyone that is listening right now, I'm a fan. But the problem is, rumors float around like a motherfucker, especially around this time. You know, AEW is the new kid on the block. And then, you know, you always got the crowd, the paparazzi is going to spread all types of venom and rumors, rumors that's not even factual. I mean, people really need to, really pay attention to this shit and pay attention to what you forward around on social media, because people are going to be, they're going to believe what they want to. And honestly, I'm tired of hearing about, well, AEW is another WCW. WCW is dead. It's buried. It was absorbed by the WWE. Cody Rhodes, I know for a fact, is a lot more smarter than Eric Bischoff and Ted Turner. Those people. Those, even though they were the pioneers in this wrestling business, because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be talking about the WWE that we know today, that we grew up on. Yeah. But this is a new day and age, and people need to stop going back to the Monday Night Wars. Now, I'm going to share this shit with you guys that I didn't even see coming. It was reported. Now, I don't know if this is a rumor or not, but I'm gonna ask my boy Cruz because he's on here right now. It's been reported that AEW has reached out to Randy Orton. Yeah. And Randy Orton's response was he doesn't mind talking with AEW.
Exactly.
But he's not the only one AEW has, been targeting. Even the Usos have openly voiced their displeasure about the WWE, and even the Usos said that it's a possibility they're going to have talks with AEW as well. See, I have told people this for years, but, them fanboys think they know everything and all this shit. But you can tell, if you are a wrestling fan, you can really tell the body language in some of these wrestlers, even on TV, even though they are playing in character, you can tell that they are not happy, and especially what they be saying on social media. That's the difference between this day and age versus 20 years ago. See, they couldn't say that shit on social media because social media didn't, exist back then. Now, the wrestlers, we can actually see the wrestlers in real time actually voice their frustrations where we can see it. So that's why I tell folks, I said, look, I tell my friends this all the time. Some of these wrestlers that we see are not happy with the WWE. And all of a sudden, when AEW came into existence, here comes all of these wrestlers voicing their displeasures, talking about once my contract is up, I am leaving, and I'm going to AEW. Case in point, Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose didn't even want to resign. As a matter of fact, he's done in April. Finn Balor been trolling.
Finn Balor is doing some serious trolling.
Finn Balor recently, this man went on Twitter and been posting pictures of him and Pac, a.k.a. Neville, and Chris Jericho taking pictures. So I'm just like, is this cryptic messages, or is this is he telling us something? Because also there's been reports that Finn Balor is a possibility that might go to 205. Now, I do not know if that's actually true, but Finn Balor, I know for a fact, is also unhappy with his status in the WWE. So it's a lot of wrestlers right now that are very unhappy with their status, and I wouldn't even be surprised if they, make that jump to AEW.
And I mean, it's like you get these WWE fanboys that, which by the way, if anybody watched the live, watch some of the live broadcasts on Facebook, oh my God, the WWE fanboys were just live and in color on that freaking feed.
Oh yeah, especially when they got to talking about Becky.
Oh my God!
Yes, Jesus! When I tell you that, some of these, fanboys, these snowflakes, these easily offended fans, they do not like Becky whatsoever. And Becky right now is the hottest thing in professional wrestling right now.
Yes,
and you would have thought that they would support her. The same ones that were supporting Becky are the same ones that are cringing, they are crying, they are bitching about, Becky shouldn't call herself the man. It's not right. That type of shit. And it's something that is fresh and new, and yet they got to find something to bitch about.
Yeah, hey, that's the course of nature when it comes to and Matt, I'm sure you could say this just as better as anybody. that when you have that breakthrough moment, once you start hitting that top echelon, that's when everybody's going to start trying to tear you down, because it's like now we kind of like into this participation trophy era where fans want like everybody to get their 15 minutes of fame, but I'm like, nah, man, right now we need to be in that point where we need those legacy wrestlers, like those guys, those men and women that like not only are they taking the ball and running with it, they are just like daring somebody to say, hey, y'all want to be in my shoes? You got to show me you are better than me.
Yep.
Aaron, are you here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, he's here. Mr. Cromdome, he's here. All right. Did you have... Now, I know that you've been very vocal about AEW, so I'm going to give you the floor. And anybody that wants to talk right now, it's open discussion right now, so if you do want to speak about this subject, we are talking about AEW right now, so all you have to do is press that *6, and you will be in queue. Go ahead,
Aaron. I just want to say that everybody really needs to stop certain shit as far as this whole AEW thing goes. First off, I want to touch on the whole, they're going to be another WCW/TNA/ any other wrestling company that folded or isn't doing well. Are y'all stupid?
I think they are.
Aaron, did you even have to answer that? That's an emphatic yes.
We're your parents, brother and sister. Like, what's wrong with y'all? I really want to know, because do you see the wrestling minds that are behind AEW? Like, are y'all stupid? WCW 2.0, are y'all stupid?
But you know what, Aaron? I think what it really boils down to, I think it's all about jealousy. I think it's fear. I think it's like they do not want them to succeed because they feel that the WWE is vulnerable. They're not going to say this out loud because they don't have the balls. But I will say this to them, because you motherfuckers don't have the balls. So I'm going to say it for you. You are scared. Vince is scared that AEW is going to take the WWE by storm. Now, I'm not saying that they're going to be in competition right now, but in the upcoming years, there is a possibility that if they keep growing at the rate they are right now, and they're doing it piece by piece. Right now, they're taking baby steps. If they go in a direction where I think they're going to go, they can be a major competition for the WWE in the upcoming years to come. You know what I'm saying? But especially fans right now, they are not they're not patient. They need it now, and it doesn't work that way.
That's the thing I don't think that a lot of people are getting. Like, I think that when people hear other people say that AEW is going to be in competition with WWE, they think that when people say that they mean it's going to happen right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's not gonna happen right now. But because AEW has a lot of building to do before they can even think of competing with WWE. So, and I know that they know that. So, but we are saying that when once AEW starts to hit their stride, which they will, then they could definitely be some serious competition to the WWE if they so choose. And we won't know that they'll be trying to compete with WWE until we hear, AEW is running such and such show. Oh, that's on the same night as Raw.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're off to the fucking races. But everyone that's hollering that they're going to be competition right away, hold your horses. Relax.
Yeah.
Because they're in baby steps right now. The word competition shouldn't even be on people's minds right now. We need to see how they're going to build their roster, what strategies they're going to use, and we're going to take it from there. Now, tonight, when we were trying to get our tickets, the system crashed within 2 minutes. That is good on their part, because that means that this is basically showing us that this is a must-see. This is history in the making right now. I mean, this is the first time ever a wrestling company that has come into existence for the first time in 20 years almost. You know what I'm saying? And I want to be a part of that, and every fan want to be a part of that as well. I'm not talking about them fake ass like crying WWE fans that they are hell bent on protecting their queen, protecting their king by any means necessary. Those fans, I say, fuck them. I don't care.
Toxic.
Yes, exactly. That is the word that I love. That is exactly what fans right now is. Toxic. Hey, them motherfuckers can stay the fuck away from me. That's how I feel.
Yeah, and I think just to go to Aaron's point, let AEW find their identity first before anybody starts thinking of what they're saying. Because because I was like, do we want AEW to succeed? Hell yeah, but in order for them to succeed, they need to find their identity, establish who they are, and then it was like, okay, if they still don't want to compete with WWE, then it's fine. Let them just be on their own and let them succeed, because we do need something that's different from WWE.
Something else.
Yeah,
exactly.
And that's what. And that. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Chris.
Go ahead.
And I mean, and that's the point I was trying to push. In a post that I had shared to Aaron from a certain WCC member that I still can't believe is still trying to friggin' push his little fanboy WWE agenda. It's like I said, I mean, because he's saying, well, they don't even have a TV deal yet. I'm like, first off, they're weighing their options. They want to see what works for them. You're a fan. Why are you worried about it? You need to just sit down, be quiet, and just watch how everything pans out. And then there's another guy that's basically trying to back him up, sitting here talking about, well, you know, the wrestling business is like this, and, you know, Matt, I just think you don't understand how the wrestling business works.
Oh, God.
Here again.
Tell me somebody didn't say that.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, this guy
somebody
did.
Didn't say that to you.
Oh, trust me, you can go
That's
to the post
hilarious.
and see it for yourself. Because he was like, well, you know, my family, I grew up in the wrestling business. My family is this and blah blah blah. I was like, well, good for you. But the fact of the matter is, you got some of these other guys that don't have that luxury. They don't have the luxury of just kind of going up to Uncle so and so, cousin so and so, daddy so and so, and being like, hey, I want to wrestle. No, we gotta travel outward to different states, pay over $1,000-something just to freaking learn a move or something like that.
And that's where we, you know, not smart marks, but the logical fans. That's where we have to teach the fans of this generation that in order for you to understand the business, you need to study the business. And until you do that, then there's not going to be no conversation between me and you, because it's like talking to a brick wall, and I don't have time for that. Sorry. So
that's exactly why whenever like somebody in my family like has someone else that they know likes wrestling, I always laugh whenever they say, "Oh, I know somebody that might know more about wrestling than you." I'm like, I guarantee you they don't.
And I would love
I guarantee you they don't.
And when they do that, I laugh in their face. We're going to take a caller. Cruz is actually he's actually on standby right now. All right, let's bring him on and see what what's his thoughts. Cruz?
Hey, Chris.
Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing? Welcome to the show.
Oh, man, I'm having a good night, man, with this AEW ticket announcement. So I'm one of the lucky ones that actually got to the pre-sale listing. So yeah, I'm gonna be waiting for that, and I'll definitely see you in Vegas. So
definitely.
my comment is like this. I was reminded at some point last year by a dear family friend of mine, my uncle in New York City, that he said something to the effect like, Cruz, you were complaining about wrestling, several years ago, 2015, and, throughout the years and stuff like that, and I see these posts on Facebook, and, maybe you should stop watching that stuff. And I took that in. My uncle was actually looking out for me, and something hit me. It was like, you know what, this is getting toxic because I spend too much time with these assholes who are negative online. And I joined this community to associate with people like you four right now, and a lot of the other folks who are real marks, who go and support wrestling. So for the big WWE fans, and I know many of them who spend thousands of dollars going to events and stuff like that, I never have anything negative to say. I want them to enjoy what they enjoy. Okay, on the flip side, for people like me, that show wasn't really my cup of tea, and it got to the point where I was complaining too much. So last year, I made a decision. I'm going to go to All In. I'm going to check out an alternative and see if I like it. And I had a blast. And then, what was that, in September? Then around Halloween, I was on that cruise Jericho put together. And the love, the sense of community, the positivity, I dressed up like Papa Shango, right? Papa
Shango. Nice. Oh, man.
Wait a minute.
Kudos to you, Cruz. Kudos to you. I like this. I like this man. I love Cruz. That's awesome.
I told dude, like, the first night I met his ass, like, I'm like, dude, like, it's cool as shit. Like, I mean, because, like, dude, like, you said you did this for, like, what, a year ago? And now this is where you at right now? I mean, like, dead ass, like, you did this a year ago?
The Jericho cruise?
No. I'm talking about leading up to, like, you decided to start traveling around the United States, like, following, like, All In, and then going to the Jericho cruise,
I've been a steady supporter of wrestling for the majority of my adult life, but from 2012 forward, for sure. In the last 3 years, last year I went to every NXT TakeOver along with All In, the cruise, and some smaller promotions here in Cleveland. So I consider myself a big spending fan. Okay, I don't give a shit. I will spend thousands of dollars. I told you, Chris, my hotel is already booked in the MGM Grand. My flight has already been. My tickets for Double or Nothing will be bought, and for StarCast, because I'm going to be there from that Wednesday night till what was announced today, the SCU after party after Double or Nothing. You bet your ass I'm going to be there too. I want to do this.
Cruz, just so you know, I slightly hate you a little bit because I want to do you right. I slightly hate you a little bit because, like, the fact that you've been to every NXT TakeOver when I haven't been to one is fucking eating me alive right now.
It's just, just
the crazy. And you know what the crazy thing is? I have an opportunity to go to NXT TakeOver and go to Survivor Series next year, and bet your ass I will be there in Chicago, Illinois. Yes, I will be.
So, fuck you too.
It's where
you'll meet other people who are so positive, and you're going to be there perhaps in the front row and in those ringside sections, and you're going to meet real fans who want you to have a good time. We're all drinking beer together. We're taking pictures together, selfies and whatnot. And even in all these events, it was all love and positivity. To be quite honest with you, I don't have no time for these little kids on Facebook who
God.
supporting wrestlers.
Man,
you know,
me neither, brother.
What's that?
And you know, it's funny. I don't mean to cut you off, Cruz. I was giving Cruz. You can ask Chris. I was giving Cruz shit about. He kept posting those fucking pictures about with the Royal Rumble pictures. Like, man, we're watching just like you are. But I mean, that's pretty much how I am. But now to actually talk to him and hear him and everything, I'm like, okay. I give him kudos because not a lot of people would actually do that. Not a lot of people would actually follow through with being like, you know what, I want to look at something else. I'm gonna put down. I'm gonna turn off WWE, and I'm gonna go look for something else. Me and Chris preach it to the sun, preach it to the moon about how sometimes people just need to find another outlet. When as a matter of fact, I think Chris and Aaron actually introduced me to New Japan because they were telling me about it. And matter of fact, I think Aaron actually, he was the one that kind of went, see, dog, how the fuck you don't know who Kenny Omega is? I was like, because I'm blind to a lot of stuff. I'm dumb to a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
because
it was Aaron, it was Julian, it was a whole lot of even he was on here. Yeah, he was like all three of them literally got on me. They was like, and I remember them saying this shit to me about a year ago. They said, Chris, how the fuck you gonna be a big wrestling fan and never watch Japan, like New Japan? So I'm just like, bro, like I've never really like seen it because like I don't know where to see it. Bro, when I seen that shit for the very first time.
Oh man.
When I first seen it for the very first time, I think it was like, what's it, New Kingdom? I think it was 7.
Yeah, that was.
I was hooked. I was hooked.
Me too.
I said, dude,
that was my first one.
I said, I'm a fan for life now.
Yep.
Hey, yo, can I hold a Cruz real quick? When you get done, Matt?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah. No, I would say after Matt talk.
Oh. Well, I'm gonna finish. But I mean, it's where you don't hear a lot of fans that actually do that. But I mean, it's like I said, I was blind to New Japan and Kenny Omega. About 7-8 years ago, when I actually got into the independent circuit, I didn't really know a lot about the indies. I knew it was there, but I didn't know a lot. Hell, freaking, I found out that literally Dusty Rhodes was like 2.5 hours away from me, helping promote and book a indie promotion that was running up there. And I'm like, man, what the seriously? I'm sitting here, struggling to try to figure out how I'm going to catch a freaking SmackDown show a SmackDown show or a live show when it comes to Columbus. And I could have got with a couple of buddies and been like, hey, let's go spend $8-10 and go look at this indie promotion where fucking WWE legend Dusty Rhodes is helping out. I have met, since getting into the indies, I have met more of WWE legends that I grew up watching that I could ever meet going to a WWE event. And Chris knows it. Anybody that's a Facebook friend of mine, they've seen the pictures I've taken with some of these guys. I could never get an experience like that just being a wrestling fan. I had to actually get off my ass and subject my body to an enormous amount of pain just to even have the experiences that I've had. But I'm with Aaron. I'm jealous of Cruz because it's like, here he is. He's just like, you know what? I'm gonna turn off WWE and I'm gonna go look at other things. And look what he's doing now. And I admit, I kicked myself in the ass whenever NXT first started, and I was like, okay, I'll check it out when I can. But watching the takeovers, I'm just like, why haven't I been watching this from the start?
Exactly. And that's why I tell folks, I said, you really need to try this out for the very first time. Cruz, first, bro, I'm going to just say this. I love you, even though I have not known you that long, but you have really inspired me to, like, really just seek my horizons. You know what I'm saying? Expand my horizons. And this is my first time actually going to go see a wrestling event outside of Milwaukee. And that's why I say if this is successful, I will be doing this more often. Hell, if SummerSlam is good, I might even go to see SummerSlam in Los Angeles. You know what I'm saying? But one thing at a time. So,
hey, Cruz,
thank you so much for your comments, though. Appreciate it. But yeah, stay on the line because we might need you for the next segment. Because this next one is going. I really don't want to talk about the WWE right now. But did someone have a comment?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, Cruz, I wanted to say, man, you reminded me so much, and I was like, I'm proud to know you too, brother, because you pretty much remind me of, like, me when I was a kid. And I was just, like, checking out, I was, like, watching WWE, WCW, New Japan, Lawler's promotion, USWA, and all that stuff. And it was just, like, listening to you, and especially when you were telling me about the Jericho Cruise, I was like, this dude reminds me way too much of, like, how I was as a kid. And it was like, kind of relive some of those moments now. I was like, that's why I'm glad when I meet wrestling fans like you. And brother, yeah, I just wanted to get that off my chest real quick. And I just wanted to say, brother, I hope you always keep that with you. And like pass that on to your children when you have this story. So
I certainly will, sir.
Let me add on to that real quick. Cruz reminds me of myself when I became what I call wrestling woke.
Wrestling woke. Oh man, here we go.
And I've spoken on it before. I became wrestling woke SummerSlam 2010. Team WWE versus Team Nexus.
Mhm.
Everyone remembers that?
Yep. Yeah, I remember that.
Everyone remembers John Cena getting DDT'd on concrete and then coming back to be two men?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Right at that moment, at that very moment, I ceased being a John Cena fan.
I stopped being a John Cena fan way before that.
It took me so long because I had actually been following dude when he was the prototype.
And then he turned out to be the franchise.
Exactly. I was following this dude when I was younger. It was a lot harder to do, but like every now and again I would catch like in like wrestling magazines I'd catch a picture of this dude and I'd see all these muscles out of nowhere. I'm like, yo, where's this cat on WWE?
Right.
And then like it turned into, I found out he got signed to developmental. I was like, yo, he's gonna be big. And then lo and behold, he became John freaking Cena.
Exactly.
So, but yeah. So that's why it took me so long to not be a fan of his. So at that point, I was like, yo, it's time for me to start seeking other avenues and shit. So that's when I started watching the Ring of Honor, and I started watching, all, like everything else that was out there. When TNA first started up, I watched them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
So like I started looking for other avenues outside of WWE, and it has made the world of. I think if I had stayed just WWE, I wouldn't be a wrestling fan right now.
Yeah, me too.
I believe it.
I believe it. I think my world of wrestling would have been, I think, deflated would have been defeated, would have been it would have been just like obsolete and deleted last year. But because I got friends like you, Cruz, Matt, Reese. Reese, I've known him for almost 10 years. Like he has really literally helped me build WCC. And we they kept me afloat. I've been bitching almost every year. Please let the WWE do something different, something new, something fresh. You know what I'm saying? Or God, please bring me somebody or some entity to either shut down the WWE or compete with them. And then here come AEW. I was like, oh, yay. Okay, I'm happy now. So, speaking of the WWE, let's move on to Raw and SmackDown. So, I'm going to be going back and forth because really, honestly, there was really nothing to really talk about on Raw, but I did get some articles where we can really talk about. As a matter of fact, let's get this real.
I was going to ask if we could skip Raw. But
no.
Honestly, there's one thing we definitely need to talk about when it comes to Raw. But
no, we do, and I agree. We need to. And if Chris don't mind, let's start with Ronda Rousey stumbling because she was getting booed. Let's start with that. Let's start with that.
Let me tell you.
Here's my thing. Here's my thing. Speaking as someone, which I don't know if anybody's watched the videos that I posted. Speaking as someone who is currently right now hated in Carbon Hill, Alabama. Speaking as someone who is hated in Carbon Hill, Alabama. I feed off that. If I'm getting booed, if I'm getting hissed at, cussed at, whatever, I feed off that. I'm not going to stumble. I'm not going to trip. I'm not going to sit here and stutter over my words. Case in point, once I actually finish the video edit or whatever and get it posted, I had one woman basically tell me, she's like, oh, you think you bad. You just think you the hottest thing walking. And I basically looked her dead in the eye as I'm standing in the ring. I was like, ma'am, I know I am. You see where I'm at right now? And you see where all you...
So you're a heel, right? Okay.
Yes.
So the difference between you and Ronda Rousey is a face. And so the thing is, she don't want to be booed. She want to be cheered. She want to come out with her happy purse, and she want to say, "Oh, I'm here." She don't want to hear no boos because every time she hears a boo, it hurts her. And I'm like, "Oh, here we go."
But see, the thing is, the reason why she's being booed, is because they know it's fake. They know that's not her. They know she's not really being herself. You know?
John Cena.
when she, and see, what I find funny is when they make fun of her facial expressions. How she's able to tell this glorious story about how she was a fan of this person and how, this person has helped her out so much. And then depending on who walks out, she just switches. She just hits that switch, and she's ready to go. Problem being with Ronda, she needs that person to flip that switch. She can't flip it on and off herself like some wrestlers can. But see, the problem being is this is what happens when you push a rookie before they're ready. Don't get me wrong. She's been doing better with each match. Don't get me wrong. She's been doing better. And me and Chris even had that discussion about her ring skills. Me and him have had talks about this. I was like, look, just give her time. But now it's where she somebody either needs to start working with her, or she needs to just go ahead and have a manager talk for her. Because honestly, if she had Heyman in her corner, best believe Heyman would be like, "Whoa, excuse me, you're booing me? You peons, you peasants, you dirt between the toes. No, you dirt between the crack of the pores in my feet. You dare boo me? That's what she needs. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, she's a face. And even as a face, she can still, it's like, wait a minute, you're booing me? How are you booing me? You've seen what I've been up against. I've been here with you day in, day out. Where do you see, case in point, where do you see Brock Lesnar? He's not here. I'm here. I'm fighting with you. I come out. I freaking give you high fives. I freaking do this. I do that. I'm here with you. Why are you booing me? What more do I need to do to prove to you that I'm here for you? I'm not here for me. I'm here for you.
Tyrese, what more do you want from me?
Turn heel.
But if we're going to be honest, though, was Ronda ever really a good talker? Because
no.
half of the time when I used to see her in the UFC, I was
she didn't talk.
That was my point exactly.
The only thing she can say is bitch and bitch and bitch. That's the only thing she can really say.
Yeah. Let me say this about Ronda on the mic. I said it in a post on WCC. Well, in WCC rather. She's starting to crack under that pressure.
Yeah.
Like the boos, as we've seen from even her UFC days, when the boos start raining down, Ronda start cracking under that pressure. She's not used to hearing that. And
I hate to say it, but them boos are like that roundhouse kick she took.
Fact. Ooh, ouch. That was
Holly Holm.
But anyway.
Trust me, it hurt me. It hurt to see Ronda go down like that. Ronda in the UFC was like George Foreman for me, or like Muhammad Ali for me, because just seeing a woman do what she was doing in that octagon, and then just to see Holly Holmes. Matter of fact, I'll even go back.
Kick it all away.
And matter of fact, I called it before it even happened. People didn't believe me. I was like, I'm going to hate to say this, but Ronda's going to lose against Holly Holmes. And they looked at me because they knew I had been a Ronda fan since she debuted in UFC. They're like, how can you say that? You've been the biggest advocate for Ronda. I was like, you're right. But see, the thing is, because I'm that kind of fan and I've been following what she's been doing, here's how I know that she's getting ready to lose. In every weigh-in Ronda has been in, she's never cracked. She's never shown emotion. She's never been cocky. She's just been calm. But with the Holly Holmes weigh-in, she was cocky. She was in Holly's face. She was doing things outside of the norm of what she
out of character.
Out of character. So when that roundhouse hit, I was like, that's it. It's a wrap. And that was her first loss. And just like with the second one, and I even said, I was like, pretty much when she comes back, she's going to lose again, and then that's going to be it. And when she showed up in WWE, told people then, she's going to WWE.
So and let me also say one more thing about her on the mic. Someone really needs to tell her when. All right, first off, let me address this about it. When she had her first face-off with Becky Lynch, and they was in the ring on Raw when Becky came out to say she chose Ronda. Everybody was like, damn, Ronda was a savage. Ronda this, Ronda that. I was like,
no.
So because she said the words, I can kill you with my bare hands, that made her win the promo?
No.
I was like when someone insults you and you come back with the most violent thing you can say, you've lost. because you've immediately resorted to violence.
Exactly.
It happens to the best talkers. It happened to The Rock against John Cena, of all people.
You had to bring that up, didn't you? You had to go there.
Yes, I did. Yes,
Fuck
I
you,
did.
Aaron.
Because
Fuck you.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bro. You know I love you, dog, but I had to do it because everybody was giving Ronda too much life off of that. I'm like, what are y'all talking about? She had to resort to the violent route. Becky stayed calm the whole time. Back when The Rock did it, I forgot what Cena said to him, but Cena struck a fucking nerve, and The Rock came back. At first he was still in his, and The Rock, and and this and that, and The Rock, yeah, he still had that, but you knew exactly when that fucking switch hit, because he said, and if you ever say such and such to The Rock again, The Rock will rip your fucking throat out.
I remember that promo. Mr. Cena struck a nerve. As a matter of fact, speaking of striking nerves, okay, what really pisses me off is the WWE likes to go back to the after year or the after years or not the after years, but the yesteryears, the wonder years, the attitude years, and bring up old storylines and make it into these storylines. Case in point, Miss Becky Lynch. As everyone probably know, people have been comparing Becky Lynch to Stone Cold Steve Austin. I get it.
I knew you was going to bring this one up.
I totally get it. No shade intended, though, but I'm going to just tell you like this. This program that I seen on Monday kind of did it for me. I'm like, okay, Becky came into her own, but the WWE is going to find some way to fuck this shit up. And then Stephanie McMahon she's the Vince McMahon, and Becky is the Stone Cold Steve Austin. So, in this little twist, remind you in 97, Stone Cold suffered a neck injury against Owen Hart. So, Stone Cold, it took him months until the Survivor Series to actually wrestle again. But around this time, he was fighting Vince McMahon to say, hey, I can go, I can do this. But Vince would give him so much resistance and tell Stone Cold, I can't allow you to do that because you're a commodity. You're one of the top stars here. I won't, blah, 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 blah. But see, Stone Cold attacked Vince McMahon, and he got arrested.
I remember that.
Becky Lynch on Monday, not only she got pissed the fuck off, but she attacked Stephanie, and she got suspended. Okay? So, and on top of that, Stephanie actually attacked Becky on her injured knee, which I'm going to tell everybody this is storyline. She's not injured.
Yeah.
This is storyline, okay? Yep. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to make it interesting week by week by week. But see, the thing is, us logical fans, we know that this is a recyclable, storyline. When I seen this shit, I seen it a mile away. I'm like, okay, they using this shit from the Attitude Era. Okay, you're not fooling me. Any thoughts?
And then if you want to throw Triple H on Tuesday, then if you want to follow that up, throw in what happened with her and Triple H on Tuesday, and then you're really going to get that damn feeling.
As a matter of fact, I'll let you explain that one because I'm tired of talking about this.
Wait, before he gets into that explanation, can I say one thing? I hate when WWE takes something that the fans have said and run with it, because they always run in the wrong fucking direction. And here's why I say that. When Becky started her whole badass thing now, right? The first comparison they made was with her and Stone Cold Steve Austin, correct? Correct.
Right.
Since the fuck when does Becky Lynch drive a goddamn pickup truck?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's true.
Wow.
That is
Wow.
That is kind of a good point. Like,
you know what? I hate you.
And I hate them.
See,
I hate them. Okay.
So
or better question, even though Becky's Irish, when does she ever drink a beer on camera?
Wow.
Yeah,
thank you.
Wow.
You know
Seriously,
what?
they did all that shit.
I straight hate these
Wow.
fans. I hate these humans right here. These are called logical fans because I didn't see even those like little details. Beer, the Stone Cold pickup truck. I didn't see this shit coming. And then the thing is, the WWE think we're stupid. That's how when I looked at that damn story, I was like, I know it's not me. I know it's not me. But then you got Chrome Dome over here, Human over here, Mr. Aaron Beast Mode. He got to put on some more extra shit. The pickup truck, the beer. When was the last time she did this shit? She didn't do this shit in NXT or when she was like, she barely getting promotion time. And now all of a sudden everybody talk about she's Stone Cold Steve Austin. So now she's drinking beer and then driving pickup trucks. You know what? I'm done. I don't want to talk about this no more.
But yeah, go on and explain the Triple H thing.
So go ahead, Reese. You got on that one. Go ahead.
All right. So Tuesday, Charlotte comes out to gloat about Becky being suspended, and she said, "Oh, she'll happily take her place if she can't get cleared for WrestleMania." Oh, but did you think Becky Lynch, who, by the way, suspended storyline, was going to have any of that? Oh, no. She hopped into the ring and was about to whip Charlotte's ass 41, 2, 3, 4. I lost track after 500.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But, of course, Triple H and some of the officials ran to the ring. Yeah.
Hey, real quick. I just had a fucking epiphany right as you were talking about this segment. Oh, my God.
Don't stop laughing.
Oh, my God. Okay, so Becky's the Stone Cold in this whole thing, right?
Yep.
When Stone Cold got suspended, who was the one who came out and was like, I'll take his place? The Rock.
The Rock.
Yep.
So they're trying to make Charlotte the fucking Rock.
Damn.
Ain't it funny that when Rock actually did say that, remember when he was part of the Nation, he was wearing an all black. But
he was leather.
Wow.
He was wearing leather.
You know what?
That is for sure.
We're not going to do this. We're not going to do this.
It's stressing me out. It's the best storyline that they've run in God knows how long, and it's stressing me the fuck out.
See,
oh my God.
The things we think about, right?
Yeah, this shit right here is just it tells me that the WWE is running out of ideas, and they know they are. And that's where I'm getting to the point right now, just like Aaron, it's getting ridiculous. And that's why it brings me to this point right here. Like I said, we're going to be jumping around. The WWE is purposely pushing stars that are unhappy and also paying them more money. Okay? Like people that we don't even see anymore. Remember the tag team champions of Raw? Guess what? Yep. Now they're starting to come on TV again. Zack Ryder, he coming on TV. Like, nigga, when the last time I seen you at WrestleMania 34 or 35?
Yep.
Excuse me, not 35, 34, 33. It was 1 or 2. It was 33.
Oh, 32
yeah, because that's
even.
when he won that ladder match. Huh?
Yeah.
And then who was he tagged with?
Who was he tagged with? Too. Oh yeah, Mojo, Mr. Raleigh. I believe.
No.
Yeah, but here when they recently put him on TV, who was he tagged with? When people on the internet have talked about, well, how come they haven't put Zach and Kurt back together?
And then all of a sudden they tag team the next Monday. But you know what? I'm gonna tell the WWE this. I'm just gonna give them a piece of advice. Honestly, it is too late. It is too late. You motherfuckers have been bullshitting your roster for the last 10 years. They are done. They are up to here. So I think this is what really pisses me off about the WWE. They use their money to treat their talent like whores. They said, well, we know that you don't want to go anywhere because you know that we can pay you a whole bunch of money. And some of the wrestlers don't want the money, like hashtag New Day. Some wrestlers actually want to showcase their talents. Some wrestlers actually want to be champion. The WWE cannot offer them that. And so when you bring somebody like Brock Lesnar in, and yes, we have a mark that's in WCC that talks and acts like Brock Lesnar, but this man looks like Forrest Whitaker. But I digress. But so we gonna sit up here.
How have I not seen this guy? How have I not seen this guy?
You know what?
Damn.
You know what?
Not Ghost though.
I'm not going to rib. I'm not going to rib, but I'm tired of motherfuckers giving Brock Lesnar too much life. Brock Lesnar need to take his ass to UFC and actually pursue a career in there instead of sitting on TV eating Fritos and eating pork chops and taking cold showers and shit and waiting for Sable to suck his dick. I'm tired. I'm done.
Damn.
I'm done. And then, look here. Daniel Bryan, love him. That ugly ass title, I get it. I totally get it. But AJ Styles, it is time for you to move on. Because there's honestly, in between now and 3 years from now, there's not going to be nothing that AJ Styles is going to be able to accomplish because he already accomplished everything. The only thing he has not accomplished was being IC champion or tag team champion. But at the same time, there's really not enough talent that's on SmackDown for AJ to tangle with except for, Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton. Randy Orton already talking about leaving the damn company. So that's why I said, I'm tired. I'm so serious. I'm tired.
I'm gonna make a bet with you right now, Chris. Randy Orton talking about leaving, right?
Mm-hmm.
AJ Styles is also kind of looking at the same picture, right?
Mm-hmm.
AJ Styles, Randy Orton at WrestleMania. I'm calling it right now.
They've been talking about that for the longest. That's why they're keeping them apart. But I think probably because they're going to be tangling against each other at the Elimination Chamber. That's when that whole shit is going to start. So that I'm not even worried about. The thing about it is AJ Styles have not even there are conflicting reports, and I'm going to say they loosely conflicting reports because you have one source saying this, then you have another source saying that. So that's why I'm saying conflicting reports that AJ has signed another contract with the WWE, but then I've seen another one that says he hasn't. And then Randy Orton, I think Randy Orton is just bored. I think that's what that is.
Orton is, I think Orton is trying to get that money, and he knows if he says, "Well, I'm talking with AEW," WWE gonna hike up that price.
And that's kind of funny to see Orton not in WWE because you think about it, Orton's family here pretty much is WWE because mostly because of his pops.
Yeah, that's true. But at the same time, it'll be a shocker. I think what Randy is trying to do is I think he's trying to shock the world. That's what I think he's trying to do. But he can't do it in the WWE. He can't do it. And he know deep down inside, no matter where his lineage came from, you know what I'm saying, his whole the line of Orton, he's a second generation superstar. At the same time, I think his run, you know what I'm saying, as the Viper, the Legend Killer, whatever you want to call him, I think is done. I think he's done with the WWE. You know what I'm saying? As far as because he literally went through everyone. So what else is it left for him to do other than being a backstage producer? Barely can talk on the damn mic. What can he do in the backstage? I'm listening.
On somebody.
Can I say a dream match that I've secretly always would love to see?
Go for it.
Randy Orton versus Kenny Omega.
Ooh.
I think it'd be a good match.
Ooh.
Actually, that would be.
I think that'd be a fucking classic.
You know, let's matter of fact, let's talk about a match on SmackDown. Mustafa Ali versus Randy Orton. Gave me life. However, and I'm gonna give a shout out to the new followers that's following #HeelsForLife. That RKO right now is still trending at 3,000 views right now, and going up. That RKO was the most nastiest RKO since the one that he did to Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 31. That shit. He pulled him backwards while Ali was trying to do I think he was trying to do a reverse 450 or 450. I don't know what. So he pulled him backwards and he fell right into the RKO. That was a nasty RKO.
I feel like the only way we'll ever see a better RKO than that one is if we ever get, and this is another dream match, that's going to make you go, ooh, Randy Orton versus Ricochet.
Yep.
Ricochet would sell the hell out of that.
I became a little bit sexually aroused when you said that.
Imagine the RKO out of nowhere we could see in that one.
Yeah, when
he gave
do a whole bunch of flips.
Shit, what was his name? The one high flyer that was Team Kofi.
Evan Bourne.
Evan Bourne.
Yeah.
Yes,
that one.
Yes.
Oh man.
Oh, and he tried the shooting star off the ladder, and then Orton caught him at the last year. I remember that.
Yeah. Oh my God, that shit was so awesome.
Dude, wait a minute. I got one that could even match with this one. Imagine if Orton went against Neville or Pac, or depending on what you want to call him, and if he tried for that red arrow and then the RKO out of that.
Yep. That. Damn.
So let's talk. Okay, was there any other moments on SmackDown or on Raw that you guys want to talk about? I'm gonna leave and to the fans that called in to our regular callers, if you guys want to talk, all you gotta do is hit that #6. Go ahead.
I want to see how Ronda would do against Ruby. I want to see that match because I feel like Ruby would give Ronda that indie wrestling ass whooping she needs. Because I'm gonna say it like this: I've enjoyed Ruby since she was on NXT. I saw some of her NXT matches, and I loved them. Now, with most people, when they look at Ruby Riott, they're like, whatever. I was like, no, me personally, I love a chick with tattoos, and she got that attitude of I dare you to fuck with me. And then Liv and Sarah backing her up, yeah. That just even solidifies the fact that the Riot Squad in general is what Paige's stable could have been. Could have been. But instead now they got Mandy Rose looking like a WWE home wrecking porn star. But that's none of my business. That's none of my business.
Touch on that. Which, by the way, let me touch on that. Why did it take almost a whole year for us to get the story behind why Paige, Sonya, and Mandy are a team?
I have no clue.
I don't either.
Because honestly, let's say Paige never got hurt.
Yep.
That special on the network would have never got made, and it would have never been explained.
Nope.
I haven't really been paying attention, honestly, though. But I heard that you talking about Paige's movie, right?
Speaking of things we would have never got over.
No, not the movie. not the movie, but yeah, that too. But there was a special on Page on the network that aired.
Yeah, it was like right after Takeover.
Either after Takeover or was it after Halftime Heat? One of them.
Mm-hmm.
And it finally explained why they were a team. It was because remember way back on Tough Enough when Sonya and Mandy were on it and Paige was one of the judges.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
It was from way back then. From then, like Paige saw something in them from then and like wanted to work with them, and then that's when they became a team. I'm like, wow. A whole year later, it took a whole year and Paige getting hurt later for us to finally get the explanation.
That's gay as hell.
Well, you already know that the WWE is lazy as shit. I could have told you that. Mean shit. Lazy
that is
shit.
So stupid.
But let's talk about this one article that I was looking up about Mr. Mark Henry. They said that Mark Henry plans to shape up the WWE locker room in a new role with the company. Look here, as much as I respect Mark Henry, but I think Mark Henry is trash. I think so because, he talking about that he wants to whip the talent, into shape, and he wants to give them attitude and blah, 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 blah. So if this was the case, then why was you not whipping up the African Americans on being a WWE champion instead of making this a second-rate belt?
Talk about it.
But you know what? I digress.
He went there. Oh, he went there.
Chris, you done got me started so bad right now because this was the real reason.
This is my thing that I hate about Mark Henry, because Mark Henry has been doing Vince McMahon dirty work. If it's not him, it's Titus O'Neil. If it's not Titus O'Neil, then it's fucking New Day. And all the motherfuckers get on my damn nerves. And then Mark Henry, I see a damn article about Mark Henry talking about, when he wanted to whip up the WWE locker room into shape. What the fuck you gonna sit up here gonna say some shit like that? And you've been in WWE for almost 20 motherfucking years. And on your way out, they give you a world title, a second-rate belt. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, it still has prestige. Don't get me wrong. But it doesn't have more prestige than the WWE title, because the WWE title is the flagship belt of the WWE. And guess what? The reason why they didn't give you that damn belt, because you black. And now you want to turn around and say that you want to, whip them in shape, but you couldn't get the black people to get them in shape to become a WWE champion. I digress.
Damn.
Oh, Lord.
Ooh,
hey,
fan him.
You got me
James Brown fan.
because...
Somebody need the James Brown fan, Chris, right motherfucking now. Because he's on fire right now.
I do. I looked at that damn article and I said, you are not going to get away with that one.
Get his cape.
With the cape.
Somebody
just put the cape on him. Just wrap him in it and call it a day.
Oh, Lord. I want to read this article now, because I want to see if this makes me feel even worse than that HuffPost article you wound up showing me when Mark Henry said he ain't want to do the silverback thing, even though he was already 2 months into the damn character, and why he ain't answered a question about, he didn't want to answer that question about why there was no black WWE champion, but he wanted to go past
Mark Henry has been called out numerous times on that. Mark Henry has been called out numerous times on that.
Yes.
And every time he was the same WWE show.
Yes.
I've been so disappointed in Mark Henry. So disappointed.
Because I'm like, dude, really? Like, you an African American, and you know that in the WWE, that when it comes to a black face running their company, you know that they have a side eye to that shit. And then when I see an article like this, you're no longer you're active. You're no longer active on the roster right now. So what we want you to do is we want you to do our dirty work as usual. And that's where when people tell me, well, What about Mark Henry being the first black African American champion? No.
Can I drop a pipe bomb on that?
Go ahead.
Can I drop a pipe bomb on that? Okay.
Please do.
My pipe bomb on that statement. Anytime someone brings that shit up and goes, Mark Henry is a black world heavyweight champion, Booker T is a black world heavyweight champion, I always say the same answer, and it shuts them the fuck up. They're only known as a black world heavyweight champion because the title itself was actually called the World Heavyweight Championship.
Exactly.
That is the only reason.
And not the WWE Championship.
Exactly. They were never trusted to carry the actual banner of the actual company. The only one who they trusted with that was The Rock, who by the way is not 100% black.
And that's
he doesn't even claim it.
I love The Rock, but damn it, let's call a spade a fucking spade. Okay?
Anyway, you know what, Aaron? This is to touch up on that point. The Rock, as much as I love The Rock as well, I grew up on The Rock. Hell, my damn nickname is right after The Rock, okay? I love him, but like Mr. Aaron said, let's call it from spades for spades. The reason why they do not call The Rock for the first African-American WWE champion because he's not black.
Nope.
Okay? So when they started this Black History Month in the PG era because they wanted to show the world that they are diverse. Why they never said that The Rock was the first black African American to be WWE champion because he's not. And they will never say, but he'll be part of Black History Month because he's part black. So they'll put that, but they will never, ever say that The Rock was the first black African American to be WWE champion. But you can never ever tell these fanboys that shit because they feel like, oh, well, he got black in him, so he's automatically black. Well, you can't tell the damn WWE that shit. And
here's the funny part to that story, though, Chris.
Huh?
They have no problem mentioning that The Rock's father is one half of the first black WWF, or that's right. Yeah, one of the first black WWF tag team champions as well. Yeah. But it's like, oh, they can mention that, but they can't mention his son is the first, as like a first black WWF champion, even though he half Samoan, or hell, even if you say he's the first, like, of black descent, like you would acknowledge he's half black, half Samoan. Even that could have been satisfactory.
But they don't.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, if that's the case, then we might as well say that, Roman Reigns is the second African American to be WWE champion.
I was just about to say, listen. I was just about to say, listen. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn how black that nigga sound. Okay? Nobody better fix their mouth to call Roman Reigns the first, second, third black anything. Fuck that.
You don't have to really be real about this conversation because I'm tired of people saying that The Rock is he is the first African American to be WWE champion. Then if that's the case, then why are you not saying that same shit about Roman Reigns?
Preach. But it was like, yo.
I mean, they'll put tag team titles on a black person in a heartbeat.
And they just barely put the Intercontinental title on Lashley right now.
Rikishi himself kind of touched on it back when they did the whole Who Ran Down Stone Cold angle. When he came out and confessed, or whatever the fuck, he kind of touched on it.
Hey, they don't give no love to the Island Boys.
Exactly. Nope. He kind of touched on it in that promo. He basically said they'll fuck with you, but they'll fuck with you just enough.
Yep.
Yeah, he pretty much said oh yeah, the WWF was all about the Great White Hope.
Huh?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know what?
But those are his exact words.
we're not gonna talk about that because
that's
we
none
don't
of our
want
business.
too many people to be offended. Okay,
Yeah.
we don't want you fans to be offended.
Yeah.
We're just speaking facts, but we know that some of them will be, they say, hey, Chris and the gang said this on the hashtag Heels for Life, even though it's facts. But you think that this is fake news, but it's not. If this is actually in reality, you can actually see this on shit on YouTube, but whatever.
Yeah. But y'all know it's the one thing that, got me worse than anything. Now, like I said, I done followed wrestling for 30 years now, but I'll tell you, there is one, Chris, when you posted that damn article, and I actually watched that interview, and sadly it's not up anymore because I will remember a little bit better. There was one part of that stuck out worse to me than anything. And not only did it make me ashamed as a black wrestling fan, just a black man in general, was when Coco opened his damn mouth. And ladies and gentlemen, I kid you not, this is exactly what he said. He told Vince McMahon, just pay me. Because quite honestly, I don't want no titles because it would be too much. And I kid you not, it would be too much to carry a bird and a belt at the same time. Ladies and gentlemen, I had to play that back. I had to play it back and listen to it again because I was like, am I hearing this right? And then I even played it back a third time just because I had to make sure I was not hallucinating or nothing. I was like, oh Lord! And Chris remembers when he.
Oh, I remember.
When I reviewed.
Yeah.
Oh, Chris had never heard me go off at that point. But back then, I was like, damn, Rishi done went in. I was like, I thought you was all this nice dude. I was like, nah, but Chris, I could not after that point because, oh, Lord, I almost turned into you.
This is the point. That's the point that I'm making about, African American wrestlers. As much as we defend them, it's we can defend them to a certain degree. Bobby Lashley is going down that same road. You know what I'm saying? And even though he got his mouthpiece, Leo Rush. As a matter of fact, let's speak about Leo Rush. Okay, so I was going to make Leo Rush trash of the week because I seen this video about him making fun of this one cat, having autism. So apparently, there was a couple of my friends that was actually on his live feed, and they said that they wasn't making fun of the dude with autism. But see, the thing about it is, why would you even put yourself in that predicament to even do something like that to get people even thinking that you were making fun of somebody with autism? I don't give a fuck if you guys was playing back and forth. When it comes to the internet, people will distort it. They will flip it, twist it, do whatever they need to do because Leo Rush is actually a celebrity, and they see him every week. And the one thing that they want to do is they want to make him look bad. So why the fuck would you want to give these obsessed fans the ammunition to destroy you?
Yep.
So that's
Leo Rush suffers from the Randy Orton syndrome. He's 24 and stupid. Randy Orton did a lot of stupid shit when he was 24.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. I remember that shit about Randy Orton. Randy Orton got away with a lot of shit. He did. So
Leo Rush suffers from that syndrome right there. I'm gonna definitely say that. I saw the video too. And like I said in the thing, I didn't think it was that bad. I thought the whole situation was that people were getting upset at what he said, which a lot of people were getting upset at it. But I was like, what he said wasn't that bad. It was stupid, but it wasn't that bad.
Here's the thing with that: when you're a heel,
like you said, it's stupid to put yourself in that situation.
Yeah, and there's the thing: when you're a heel, you've got to be extra careful on when you want to do things in character or when you, like, interact with people, because when you have, like, non-fans paying attention to this, or hell, like, somebody who will be a quote-unquote casual instead of a diehard,
exactly,
they're going to manipulate that shit every time.
Exactly.
And it was like,
yeah,
because I thought back to the incident that Jericho got in trouble with Brazil when he was doing the stuff with the flag. It was like, all of us, we see that, like, people do stuff with the, like, international flags all the time, or people do stuff to the American flag, but it's like
Shawn Michaels, Montreal, 1998,
Yep.
1997.
yeah, and then it's like
he made love to the flag in front of the world. Okay,
yeah,
I saw it.
Yeah, before he gave him the X sign.
yeah.
And when he had it up his nose.
Yes.
Yeah.
He humped on it. Yes. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was like, just even with that, it was like, all right, you got to remember that these guys are playing a character, and it's like they're supposed to do that type of stuff that's supposed to, like, rile you up and get angry, but at the same time, it's like common sense is like, okay, you know this person's a wrestler. They got a job to do no different than an actor playing, like, the main heel on a TV show or in a movie franchise or whatever. It is like, okay, at a certain point, you know they're playing a character. Use your brain a little bit and thinking, okay, is he really saying this, or is the person that he's talking to, are they in on the whole joke or whatnot? So.
Yeah, so that's where I just I'm not going to put Leo Rush as trash of the week. I had to really think about that because
I have a better suggestion for trash of the week.
Who?
Okay. I know we're all tired of hearing this guy's name, but Sam Roberts, and here's why. It's not just because of the Bianca Belair thing, but it's because of what I found out after the fact that to me explains why he buried Bianca Belair and also why he buried Ember Moon back in the day.
Why?
Well, he tried to fuck him, and they turned him down.
I mean, he should know that he should know.
Wait, hold up.
That would be
seriously
if that happened anyway. But anyone know who Ann Coulter is?
Yeah,
yeah,
like from MSNBC.
Yeah, on Fox News.
Yeah, the Fox News.
Fox News.
Yeah. He and she are very, very good friends.
Really?
Yes.
I'm lost. What?
Wait a minute. So you telling me the dude that looks like Bob Show Bob? No.
Sideshow Bob.
Not Bob Show Bob. No. The one that looks like Sweet Tooth from Twisted Metal. That man, him.
Mhm.
I'm confused. So what am I missing?
With Ann Coulter?
Yeah, and we all know Coulter's a Trump lover, so I was like...
Yes, I know. Please, don't make me throw it back up in my mouth. Really?
Yes, sir.
So are you insinuating that he might be a racist?
I'm not insinuating, I'm saying.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Damn.
All right.
Sounds about right.
Okay, I have no comment on that. I'm gonna leave that one alone.
Honestly, I feel like we'll be able to tell if there's another women's championship match between a black female and a white female, and see what he says. Like if that ever happens again, I'm gonna be listening to him extra hard now.
See, But you know what? I didn't really catch all of that because like I came in like toward the beginning of NXT Takeover, so I didn't see like the pre-show or whatever. But it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, because we do have those announcers, producers, agents that are racist, and that for some reason they get free passes. Hashtag Mike Hayes. But you know what I'm saying? It's just it doesn't surprise me. But yeah, these motherfuckers are going to get free passes. Even wrestling fans are going to give them free passes because they're legends and they are their favorites. And I said, to be really honest with you,
gave Hogan a
as
pass.
Trash as them as well. So
they gave Hogan a pass, so why not?
So that's why I said, like, I'm whatever.
And so something else, you notice that because whenever people fuck up in WWE. And they have to redeem themselves. They have WWE makes them apologize and shit. Mm-hmm. Has anyone seen this mofo be made to apologize to Blair, right, or Belair? Is it Blair or Belair?
Belair. He actually spoke about it on his podcast and said he will not apologize. That's how he felt.
Mm-hmm.
Now you notice that. Now if this had been somebody else, this had been a black. I'm gonna put it just like that. This had been a black announcer. They wouldn't even have a job. They'd be put to the freaking pre-show, if that.
Oh. Yeah, well, look at or they'd be out of the company because remember, like AW when he did the Kobe Bryant thing.
Mhm. And honestly, he kind of threw a little what I thought a kind of a fuck you to Mark Henry in there as well, because he mentioned that it was actually Mark Henry that said that he should apologize, and right before he said no, he will not apologize. I'm like, oh, so basically fuck Mark Henry. Okay.
Yeah, and see, and that's why I said that's why I don't really care for Mark Henry like that. I don't, because he's nothing more than a pawn. He's nothing more than a pawn. Him and
if I was Mark Henry, if I was Mark Henry's size and a motherfucker said that shit to me, I don't give a shit. Fuck WWE. You ain't about to talk to me like I'm some damn field nigga and shit. This ain't the motherfucking.
That's why I said about Booker T. really pisses me off. Like underhand, like really, like I never really looked at Booker T as like one of the greatest. I respect him because he's a decorated, black champion. I get it, but as far as like his overall, I never really cared for Booker T or Mark Henry. I never cared for them because I think they're full of shit. As much as they sit back and they want to talk about, well, I went through this and I went through that, that shit even push you harder to even want to be a WWE champion, to want change in the locker room. Tell them that we are not going to take this shit no more. We are going to knock down that damn door. And they failed to do that shit. They rather take a damn ring and a check and smile like a fucking porch monkey. I'm sorry, that's not me.
Yeah. Yeah, and that gets me to thinking. It was like with guys in that aspect, like a Booker T and a Mark Henry. I was like, why wasn't there somebody that was like trying to inspire these current black superstars to try and do what they hadn't done? Because I thought back to like when I was trying to remember my dude's name. Big Cat Ernie Ladd when Ahmed was getting ready to join the company, and he literally told him before he even got into the company, Ernie Ladd warned Ahmed Johnson, you might be getting ready to encounter some like racist stuff. And I remember because I was actually had a chance to talk to Ahmed, and he was telling me his story about when he first came on and had to body slam Yokozuna, and he literally they told me that Yoko said, "I'm not going up for you." Yeah, so he had to literally lift Yokozuna and do that body slam for him. Yoko wasn't helping him at all with it. And I was like,
I'd have dropped Yoko on his head.
I sure would have. I would have did the same thing.
Yeah, and then not only that, but then, of course, Golden Boy at the time, Shawn Michaels, had to tell Ahmed to stop doing. Yeah, because Ahmed was doing like some flips over the ropes and stuff, and yeah, Shawn had to tell him, yeah, you got to cut back on that stuff because then like it's not going to be believable when I do it or whatever.
And Shawn, and you know what? Shawn Michaels is another. I never cared for Shawn Michaels either. Shawn Michaels, I always thought was overrated. I really thought he was overrated. Like, and that's my opinion. That I feel that Shawn Michaels was just he I don't know. Like, I think he's overrated as a character, but as far as like, you know, his in-ring ability, I think he's one of the greatest of all time. That's how I feel. But as far as like his whole thing of talking about, you know, I'm Mr. WrestleMania, and yet your WrestleMania, like, you know, wins and losses, it's trash. Don't get me wrong. Yep. You know, you might be Mr. WrestleMania. Don't get me wrong, but you know, he's just a little bit trash. But you know, and then too, why I say he's overrated because he does not want people to outdo him. And I always thought that Shawn Michaels had this insecurity about himself. Like that's why he had to form the clique.
Back in the day, yeah, you're right. He didn't, but now he's changed. Like now, Shawn Michaels now has changed. But I feel like, yeah, definitely back when he was on top, he didn't want nobody outshining him at all.
And you know, to an extent, here's where I kind of have like a little issue with that at times because I always thought of what Austin winds up saying, and I know he's going to be another one. But it was like, if you're not there to be the best, then why are you there?
Why are you there?
And it's like, especially if you're going to be the WWF champion or whatever, you should be the one performing best to anybody because you're the main event.
Mhm. But you know, Reese, like those times have changed. The WWE Championship was the highlight of the WWE. Now the WWE Championship is being treated like the Cruiserweight Championship. Irrelevant. You know what I'm saying?
And here's the sad part is about that, Chris, is that you have somebody there. You have main event caliber guys holding it, but yet you're putting it on in the middle of the show.
Right. How we do that? And then too, you know, I was gonna talk about this on our last podcast, but we didn't get around to it. Mm-hmm. I hate when the WWE talks about the main event and the WWE title is not even close.
Nowhere near it, yeah.
Nowhere even near the main event. It's in the middle of the fucking card. How does that work? Your flagship belt is in the middle of the show, and then the Universal Championship that we barely even see is like literally your main title. How? Where?
The what? The what?
The Universal title. Yeah. Who? Where?
Yeah.
What?
The big red ketchup belt.
That Kool-Aid damn belt.
The Kool-Aid title.
That's the thing? What does it look like? I don't remember.
I don't know. The sun was burning my eyes. I can't tell you.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, you know what? Yeah. As a matter of fact, and somebody actually brought this up. It is like the last time the WWE title was literally the main event was last year's Fastlane when they had that six-way challenge for the AJ Styles wound up retaining the title. That was the last time the WWE title was in the main event.
And now the Universal title is taking the place of the WWE title, which don't really have no prestige whatsoever unless someone big is holding that belt.
So basically what you're saying is, since the Universal title is taking the place of the WWE title, but the Universal title barely exists, there's no title.
Yep.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. And Vince feels that, you know, the WWE title is the Universal title because Brock Lesnar has it. And
even though Brock Lesnar threw it at him after the Royal Rumble.
And I'm glad he threw it at him. I'm glad he did.
And there's footage of it now.
Yes, it is.
I'll never forget it. The day after that story broke, everyone was like, "Oh, this is fake. That didn't happen. Brock wouldn't do that. He wouldn't throw the belt at Vince."
And then when video footage came out.
Well, now there's
video footage.
Actually, you know, I just thought of something now. That, you know what? The last time the WWE title was a SmackDown title, it was barely the main event of pay-per-views then.
Yep.
Yeah, and then it was usually the World Heavyweight title was main event.
Exactly. So, everyone, unfortunately we got to wrap this up, but it's been an awesome podcast. Thanks, Reese. Thanks, Aaron. Thanks, Hill, Mitt, Cruz. Thank you guys for coming on, and everybody that's listening right now. Remember to give us a thumbs up on YouTube.com #HealsForLife Wrestling Podcast. Remember to leave a comment for us as well. We try to get some more subscribers. Also, shout out to our viewers on Instagram. Always good. Yes, follow us. Follow us on Instagram, #HealsForLife Wrestling Podcast. Also, remember to follow us on Facebook under Chris Dilworth or Mr. C-Dog Collins, Matthew Collins. Follow Mr. Aaron Beast Mode. Also, you can follow Mr. Reese, Rockin' Reese Borges. So this has been an awesome podcast. This is episode 66. We'll be back next week on Facebook Live with myself and Mr. Matthew Collins. Until that time, I'm your host, Mr. Team Briggett. That's Mr. Matthew Collins. Shout out to our callers and our special guest. We'll see you guys next week. You have a wonderful night. Peace.